Okay, so today we're going to do things a little bit different because someone commented on my page and asked if I would do a video request for them. So basically, they sent me a question and they want me to answer it, and this is from James Whitman. And he wants to know, because he's working on a science fiction story, and I totally support writers because writing is amazing, and it's also really hard. And so he's working on a science fiction story about a whole bunch of tiny people, and he wants to know that what I would do if I discovered a city of tiny people, 2 to 3 inches in height, that have been staying in my house for a while. I then later find out that they were planning to take over my house and property and throw me out. Okay, so first off, I thought this was kind of cool because it would be cool to discover a city of tiny people living in my house. And I think when I first found that, I would be really, really excited about it. And I would probably want to tell 1 or 2 people that I really trusted, but I probably wouldn't go tell a bunch of people because I would realize there would be repercussions for that action. And don't particularly feel like putting these tiny people on display at a zoo or having them, end up all being killed off because that happens sometimes to endangered species and species that are newly introduced to other populations. So if I can prevent humans from messing up these tiny people, then I would probably try to help that. Um, I would think it'd be really cool, and I would probably try to befriend some of them and get to know them, get to know their culture and their lifestyle and stuff. I would be fascinated, because I'm generally fascinated by people and weird things, and this kind of qualifies as both. Um, and then later, when I found out they were gonna take over my house and property and throw me out, that would kind of depend. I would, yes, be a little bit bummed, but that would depend, my reaction would depend on whether or not they were still planning on doing that. If they were still planning on doing that, then I would be like, okay, you didn't know me, now you do, and so now we're friends, and it's cool. But if they're still planning on doing that, um, I would probably be very upset and try and find some way that we could work together, because, I mean, really, they can just we could coexist probably, and if they weren't willing to coexist, then I'd probably leave instead of being thrown out because it's A, less violent, and B, having the foreknowledge to prevent things from happening is really great because then I could more financially stably be able to go and get my own house, and then I just give them the house that was there because I'm generally a good person and kind of go out of my way to help people. Oh, but that would be pretty cool to go and find a whole house of tiny people. Um, I think it'd also be really interesting just to talk to them about their way of life. I think that would be the thing that I would find most fascinating because them being tiny people, I would want to learn about that a lot. So, Mr. James Whitman, I hope this helps you write your story, and I wish you luck with that because being a writer is actually very hard. I know that I kind of write a lot, and I've sent some stuff off, but so far, I've gotten back nothing but rejection letters, but that's fairly normal for the writing process because a lot of times, they just get so much work that sometimes I don't even read it. They just send off rejection letters, and just because someone doesn't take it doesn't mean you can't send it off someplace else. It's just kind of like keep trying and go at it kind of thing. That's the way the That's the way the writing field works. If you're gonna be a writer of stories and stuff, you have to realize that you're gonna get a lot of rejection letters. It's kind of like dating, I guess, where a lot of people say no and then someone says yes. Oh, speaking of that, today is my 6 month anniversary of dating the most awesome dude on the planet because my boyfriend is amazing. Um, so I just want to share that with people because I'm really stoked about that, because that's amazing and he's really great and yeah, maybe he'll be on here sometime, maybe not. But yeah, back to the writing process. It's really good and keep going with it, and I hope that this helped you some with your writing. And if anybody else has any video requests, sometimes I have a really bad, hard time trying to think of what might be a good idea to talk about for these. So just send something in. Bye.